All right, y'all. So I am back today simply because I need to do the budget, right? And I did not have enough time to film. There's no time for filming. We are knee deep, neck deep, over our heads in farm things. And so that's where our life is right now. We are farming all of the things that need farming. And so, hey, I'm just out here filming. And if you catch it later, it's perfect. I want you to catch it at some point because a lot is happening out here in these streets, y'all. Can we just talk budgets for a minute? Okay, so look. Those of y'all who have been following us for a very long time, y'all already know we are all about the budgets over here. And we try to make these ends meet and these coins overlap and do what they're going to do. But can I tell you that it's getting real serious out here in these streets and somebody need to get it all the way together. I don't even know what their problem is, but they need to get it all the way together, all the way together. So, hey, y'all, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name's Shakema. I'm a single mom. I have 4 children. Y'all, it's been so long since I've been saying that. I forget to let people know that 3 of them are grown. But I do have 4 children. I have 2 girls. Alana is 20. Shamika is 34. I have 2 boys. I have Trandon, who's 28. Jackson will be 15 in 29 days. I have 1 son-in-law. He's my future son-in-law, but I'm claiming him already. We're getting a son-in-law in less than 60 days. I'm so excited. I have 2 fur dogs, Gracie. I got a lot of stuff, y'all. Since I started this channel, we have increased. I have 2 fur dogs, Gracie and Queenie. Gracie is 8, or Mama will be 8. Maybe she'll be 9. I don't know. I forget. And then Queenie will be a year in May. So we got our May birthday. Oh my gosh. Okay. So here's how it works in our house. The kid's dad's birthday was in December. Alana was January. Mom was February. Shamika was March. Both boys were April. And Queenie is now in May. We got our May birthday. Jackson was supposed to be born in May, but Jackson came 2 weeks early because I had the beginning of preeclampsia. So they were like, well, we're just going to deliver this baby today. My blood pressure was out the roof and all the things. I could have, held off one more day, but they weren't hearing it. So anywho, we got a lot of stuff going on. I think I might need to change my little, little intro thing because I got so many moving parts now that it's hard to keep it all together. But anyway, I digress. Back to this budget. So y'all, things are really changing out here. And I say that because I think we can count 5 to 6 streams of income. My base job, what I do in my employment is the main crux of all the things. On top of that, I have 1, 2, 3 social media things that pay. I have 2 for sure ambassadorships that generally pay. 1 is every other month. 1 decides when they want to pay me. It's just like whenever. I don't think I got paid the last 2 months, and I'm supposed to get paid every month. But whatever, it'll accumulate and add up, and then when they do decide to pay it, it'll be fantastic. And I actually I have a review I need to do. Let me get my mind together. Okay. And then we have book sales, which we always hope do well. Then I have Amazon affiliates on my Amazon store. I got $15 this last month, y'all. $14.86, but I'll take it. More than I've gotten in a while. So that's 7 streams. And so here's the thing. Those streams come in and out. Now, one of my main sources of sinking funds has been one of my social medias. Now, I would say about a year ago, I was making thousands on that social media. And I think this past month, I made the most I've made in 6 months, which was like $130. And then last month, I think I made even less than that, $40, $50, $60. Now, you're talking about going from thousands of dollars down to $50, $100 maybe at the max. It does something to your savings goals. It does something to your bottom line and how you're trying to do these sinking funds. Because remember, I was only able to fund my sinking funds with additional income. Even on YouTube, I'm not making as much as I have made in the past. We're increasing subs, we're getting views, but those views are on shorts. And you have to, like every 1,000 views gets you a dime. And I'm getting pretty decent views on my shorts, but I'm not making, right? And I do have to publish a few more videos. I've got some videos kind of in there that are just sitting. And I was going to publish one today, but I knew I had the budget video. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. And I'll post another video tomorrow. I'm actively filming. So I do have quite a few videos that need to go. I'm editing and getting them up. It just takes so long, y'all. And then you got to do the voiceovers. I have 2 more review videos to film. So I'm working on it. I'm just a little slow sometimes trying to do all that. And plus I'm teaching every night for 90 days. So if you've been joining me for that, very good. We appreciate the one area that I found in my, that prompted this. Excuse me, y'all. That's why I film. I could cut all those out. That prompted this was insurance. So our insurance renews April 1st, and then it renews again October 1st. With sister being on my insurance now, it has bumped up the insurance. She pays her own, I don't pay it. And she breaks it down like I do every 6 months. But my insurance is up, like, I think for 6 months, and I keep full coverage on my car, is $638. And if I divide that by 6, I have to save every single month in my sinking funds $106. Well, I had only been saving $85. Well, across the board, North Carolina insurances have gone up. It is across the board. Doesn't matter. And I may need to look at, trying to see if I can find somebody that's a little bit cheaper that can maybe get me back to where I was before. But I've got to come up with $21 more to sink into that sinking fund, which where I was pulling the money for sinking funds is no longer available to me, right? Because that has been such a drastic change in views. I actually just got approved to earn money on another platform, just got approved, like it's not even been 2 weeks. And since I got approved to be monetized, every time I post a video that has the potential to earn me money, it's like they shadow ban my account. So now I'm getting no traffic on my account. Now, if I post a video that is less than the requirements to get monetized, I get all kinds of views. I just got 6,000 views on a video yesterday because I think that video was 1 second too short to be in the monetized program. Over 6,000 views. Posted a video this morning that was like 6 seconds over so that I could go into the monetization program. I have 195 views, and you have to get 1,000 views before you can even make $1. I think my RPM or something like that is $1.13. For every 1,000 views, I make $1.13. So it's like I get all these great views, but if it's if it puts me into the program, it's like nothing. Nobody's coming past my traffic, nothing. Like I can look on there right now. And so I'm just sharing all that to say, sorry, y'all, let me turn that down. I don't want to get no copyrights. In order to make funds, you're working twice as hard and putting out way more content. And I was telling my friend, I said, this is really sapping my energy and my strength. It's like, I don't understand what's happening right now and why this is the way it is. But it is the way it is. There's nothing that we can do. The only thing that I did think about, which was helpful, was that 6,000 views, prayerfully, it will push people over to my page and they'll look at it and appreciate some of the other videos that do qualify. Like on the video that I posted earlier today, that does qualify in the program, I got 211 views. and I posted a video yesterday that is 1 second short, and it was 6,337 views. And you're like, what exactly is going on? So one video that I have that is over 13,000 views, it's like one is creeping up one view at a time. And before I had made it into the monetization program, I was getting all of these super views, like over thousands of views. So it's just one of those things where you have to figure out how to earn extra income. It's like, I think about all these influencers that are out here, and this was their sole, most people quit their regular jobs because this was so lucrative for people. And I'm thinking it is no longer that for certain people. And I don't want to speak things over my life either, but the Lord never did tell me to quit my job. So this is exactly what I was supposed to be doing, is working while still trying to find other streams of income. So anywho, we're going to jump into our budget just so you guys can see kind of where we are. Now, at the end of April, moving into May, you will see a larger chunk because I will get my supplement. And I actually need to go and see what that is because I've got several trips coming up. I have a trip in May, I have a trip in June, I have a trip in July. Those are the wedding is in May, and then I have 2 ministry trips, June and July. And so I have to make sure that I can fund those things and have the right amount of income so that I'm not just putting stuff on my credit card and not able to pay my credit card, because my credit card is just used for travel. But I like to have the money in hand first before I book something. So the car for California, I have not booked that car yet because I don't have the money yet. But then I guess I could book it and just hold it. They'll charge me when I get there. I may have to look into that right quick, because I know I booked a car for July and they are holding it, but I'm building up the money for that. So in all of that, still trying to save, still trying to do all the things, right? That bill for Jackson, that $1,600 really taxed us because I knew it was going to be $1,000. I knew because the last time I took him, it was that much. I did not count on $1,600. That was everything I had in my $100 challenge envelope. That was all the money. I think I had to take an extra $100 out of my account just for, to make up for it. But it's different out here in these streets. And unless you have multiple streams of income, I can see where people will begin to have issues. But I'm not going to have issues. I'm just going to find the things that work. I'm going to keep praying, asking the Lord, hey, can you show me how I can make money for my family? Because I want to do that. One of the things that I do hope to do is to travel some for the ministry so that the ministry can make money. I'm on here every night teaching and preaching, and I don't ever, really, it's very rare that I will put up my CashApp. And even when I put it up, no, out of very few dollars come in. And I get that. Not everybody is here for that. And not everybody thinks they should, or maybe there's some people who can't, and that's perfect. But if I were traveling, then there would probably be some type of love offering or whatever coming in for the ministry specific, not for me. I put all the money for the ministry in the ministry, but that allows me to travel. I have a pastor's conference that I'm going to in July. And then the girls retreat, girlfriend's getaway weekend, that's in June. And so I have to pay for my room, and I've already paid for my plane. I've already paid the ticket for the plane. So as things come in, I had someone bless the ministry today. That was great. All that money went into the ministry fund after we tithed and offered on that, went into the ministry fund, and it works out very fabulously. Anywho, we're going to jump into these budgets. So I get it. I hear you. For those of us who are out here saying, Shakema, it's just really hard to put these coins. And then let me just say this. So, sponsorships are hard to come by. And I don't just take everything that I'm offered, but everybody wants you to be in their ambassador program, and you only get paid if people click on your link and order. And so I don't want to push people to purchase things. So that's another thing. I'm as many things as come in, I send out my rates. And if they want to, negotiate. We negotiate. Some people I never hear back from. Hey, little lady, good to see you. Some people I never hear back from, which is perfectly fine. But my time is valuable. I also do budget consulting just for base budgets. I don't do investments. I don't do any of that stuff. I just do basic consulting, social media consulting, some of that type of stuff. And I just have to learn that my time is valuable. And if you want to be involved, then hey, this is how much it's going to be. You're going to get an invoice, and there it is. Speaking of that, several of you have joined new members. And if you're a new member watching this and you want to be involved in the membership meetings, because we meet twice a month, the members, please send me your email so I can add you to the membership list so that you can get the link to come and meet with us. And otherwise, I don't have a way to contact you. I can see who you are, but I don't have an email or anything like that. So let us know if you want to be a part of the members meetings, and then I can send you a link. So let me jump in to share this budget because I don't want to tax y'all. Yes, please do like and share the video. What that does is that helps us get pushed out into the algorithm so people can see our videos. There's a lot of people that I follow that I never see their videos. Motherhood, what is it? Marriage and Motherhood. I rarely see her stuff. Fit Frugal Mom. I used to always see her stuff. I never see her stuff anymore. There's just some that I used to follow even Becky over at Acre Homestead, as much as I love Becky, I don't hardly get her notifications anymore. I just happen to pop on YouTube and see it, but I don't get them. So I think the same is happening to us. Most people aren't getting our notifications. And so if you like the videos, it just helps to push us out so people get notified. That's all we're asking. And it does help us to increase our views and that type. Alrighty, y'all. So here is the budget for May. I'm actually going to pull up my phone so I can see any comments that come through because I do want to be able to see those. And I'm not able to see them right at this moment, but I can see them here. Very good. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad you're here joining me. Again, I know you've seen this budget sheet, but that's okay. For me, repetition works. This works very well for my brain and all the things, right? I'm used to how it works. I'm used to how the sales work. Praise report. It was about 2 weeks ago. My son called me and he said, "Hey, Mom, do you have that budget sheet? Can I get that budget sheet?" And I'm very proud of him because all the girls were budgeting. Now, Jackson, he don't budget. He just leaves it up to Mom. But the girls were budgeting, and Trenton just would not jump on the train. Well, he's on the train now. So that helps to know that all of my children are using the same sheet, that they're at least thinking about their funds and trying to make sure that they're making the right decisions. Again, you need to tell your money where to go and not let your money tell you where it's going. So here is my budget sheet. We have the MYMT personal spending worksheet, tracking expenses. Now, if anybody is interested in this sheet, remember it usually is down in the description box below any video that I do. This is for the month of April 2024. I have my income categories, I have my budgeted amount, and then I have my actual amount. There's no budgeted amount because I don't want to overestimate my budget. I don't like the way that does something to my brain, making me think I have more money than I do. Because like I said, I was having thousands of dollars from one income source, and the next thing you know, I was down to $45, $50 in a month's time. Like, how did that happen? I lost a ton of money, a ton. And I don't know how, what. I do think they're changing their pay scales and all that, which I get it. But that just means I got to get out here and do more things, and I don't have more time to do more things. What I'm doing is working for my time. It's not necessarily working for my wallet. Okay. So my monthly payroll deposit, I got my paycheck, $3,324.22. If nothing else comes in, that's what I have to work with. The kids deposit, that should just say kid now. It's just Jackson. It's not sister. Sister has rolled off of child support and has been so for the past 2 years. I try to remember everything to update the sheet. One Mom affiliate links. That probably should say Shakema Wilson affiliate links, because anything I get that's under my brand name, I put here because I have a separate one mom income sheet that I use just for one mom income. Travel reimbursements. Excuse me. If I have to drive, if I have to go on a work trip, I actually have a work trip this month, but some individuals are going up the night before. Myself and my partner, we're going to try to drive the morning of, because she has a small child and I need to get sister to work before I can do all of that. So we're going to drive up, but we're taking a county car. They're providing lunch, so I will not get any travel reimbursement from that trip because it's not costing me anything. And there that is. Any unexpected gifts, blessings, funds transferred, if anybody cash apps me or PayPal's, just as a blessing to Shakema, not to the ministry, that goes into the ministry account, but just as Shakema, then I would put that in. Or if I have to take funds out of another account to help something clear on my side, I will do it over here. You'll see $58 right there because I did have to do that this month, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Now, moving down to my expenses, and anybody that's interested in this sheet, if you need it and you can't find it, just email me, one mom, two girls, two boys, 8 in all. I'll send it to you at gmail.com. Remember, this is not my sheet. It doesn't cost you anything to get it from me, because I just got it from the internet. It was a free download. I had Excel at the time. Now I'm using Google Sheets. It still works the same. So I'm not charging anybody for this sheet specific because it is not mine. I just found it off the internet, just in case anybody has any questions. If it was mine, sure, I would charge, but it's not. So I don't make any from there. Now, my mortgage, I have been paying from last year, March. I've been paying $1,000. My mortgage went down $892 and some change. Now, the Lord told me to pay $1,000 because I had already been paying like $974 or something like that. I had already been paying over the $892. He said, nope, Shakema, just apply that to the principal. Well, this year in our county where I live, I think they said taxes went up. I think my sister said in our zip code, because my sister lives fairly close to where I live, I think she said 17% our property taxes went up. So that caused me to be short in my escrow. So that pushed my mortgage payment up. So now I'm up to like $952 and some change, $951 and some change, 52. So where I have been paying $107 over to principal, I'm now only able to pay $47 to principal. So $60 more into my mortgage because of property taxes. And it's crazy. Moving down, my cell phone, because my cell phone has usually been coming under business expense, and my business is not making what it was making, and neither am I making that from my other platforms. I now have to absorb my cell phone cost again. But Jackson's cell phone is in there as well. So dad sends money to pay for Jackson's cell phone. His phone is $53. My phone is $50 because we just had an increase to our Verizon. We're on a family plan. Myself, Shamika, Mom, Trandon, Alana, and Jackson. We're all on the same plan. I think my son-in-law has something. He doesn't have an iPhone. He's got something different. So all 5 of us are on the family plan, and I was paying like $46. Well, now I'm at $50. And Jackson was paying like $48. Now he's at $53 on his thing. So everything is going up when some of my income sources seem to be going down. And I still have to make adjustments for those increases. The internet, I put that onto my business account because all I use my internet for is business, whether it is posting videos, posting reels, posting shorts, doing something, answering, comments and all that stuff on any of my platforms. Household repairs, that's a sinking fund. The reason I continue to sink that fund, and usually I would sink it out of my, extra income. I had to fund it out of my paycheck this month, is because stuff breaks. When you own a home, stuff breaks, period. That is just how it is. I do apologize. I see something on here that should not be here. Let me take that off. Come on. Okay, I'll take that off. I apologize. I was doing something else last night. There we go. So, and I have to have money to take care of the things that, that break. So if something were to break, then I got to be able to manage it, or, take care of it, because I never want to come up on a repair and I don't have the funds for it. So I keep money in that account just every time. And then if I need to pay for something, like the one year that the dishwasher and the dryer went out at the same time, and then the washer went out again, and another dishwasher went out, and then we had the refrigerator repair, we had to do that. So lots of things, but I try to keep money in that account. Mr. Jerome, that's a cash category. He comes twice a month to cut my grass. So it's $60 per cut unless he goes up this year. He didn't tell me he was going up this year. So I just took out $60 per cut. We'll see. He went up last year. He may go up this year. It may come to the point that mom will have to end up cutting the grass. Jackson cannot cut the grass. Outside and Jackson don't mesh well, and I have to keep him as healthy as I can. I know some people would say, well, he's a boy. He should be able to cut the grass. If he did not have severe allergies and asthma like he does, he would cut the grass, but the grass triggers the asthma. And if I want him to stay out of the emergency room at $1,600 a pop, then I'll get somebody to cut the grass for $60, or I'll cut it, right? I may not be good at it, but I'll give it a go. Then I have my yearly pest spray, my pest control, and my recycling renewal. All of those three things added together equal $56, and I've paid that already. That's a sinking fund, but I had to take it out of my paycheck because I don't know that I will have sinking fund money. Okay. Hope that's making sense. Right now, my IRA, I'm not putting any money there because I just don't have any extra at the moment, because I'm still working on several savings challenges. I'm working on 3 savings challenges: my $100 challenge, the $50 challenge, and the $100 envelope challenge, 100 envelope challenge. And so until I get those 3 done, I'm just taking all the money and sticking it there, because I need to save up. $15,000 is my goal, and I am a little bit short right now. I would have been close to 2,000. I would have been close to 2,500 if I didn't have, no, that's too much of an estimate. I would have been close to like 2,300 had I not had that bill for Jackson. Yeah, I would have been close, but I'm starting all over. All right. Amazon Prime, that was $11. I think that should be $13. I need to change that. It's $13. That's paid. My PureFlix is $11. That's already paid, and I paid those out of my paycheck. Healthways Gym is $29, and then Jackson's Gym is split into 2 payments of $21 a piece. One of those payments comes out on the 5th and another one on the 21st, and so I'll make those adjustments then. My federal and state income tax fund is a sinking fund, and I take 15% of anything I make for the business, for 1 mom, 2 girls, 2 boys, 8 in all. 15% of anything I make for that, I will pull it out and put it into a sinking fund. I'll chat about taxes in just a second. High school, that should not say curriculum anymore. This is just high school for Jackson, anything he needs for his school. This year, I think he's going to need a new pair of soccer cleats, because he's going to try out for varsity boys soccer. We bought a pair last year, but he wears them every single day. He's outside practicing soccer, and they get ratty after a time. So he'll probably get a pair of cleats, and then clothing. Jackson has been growing consistently for the last 2 years, and he's taller than I am now, and I'm 5'3". He was a little bit shorter, but now he is over mom. Even with heels on, he's a little taller than me. And so I have to make adjustments for that. But when his dad sends child support, I take that money, I take $50 off the top and put it into that fund so that when I need to go buy him stuff, I can. The only thing about buying Jackson stuff is his clothing as he gets bigger costs more because he's not in kids sizes anymore. He's in man sizes. So that's one of the things I have to do. My new camera, I've been saving up for a new camera forever and still have not gotten it yet. I think I need a laptop more. Now, let me explain. Someone did send me a laptop and it was a beautiful laptop. I was very thankful. It was touchscreen. It was all the things. But I found out that someone else had a greater need for a laptop than I did. Because I still had mine. I just can't close it, right? It's because it's broken. And now now it's broken more, more broken. But someone else had a greater need for the laptop than I did at the time that it came. And so I blessed that person with it because it was very important that they have one, and they did not have anything that was usable. And my computer was usable. It's just not cosmetically pleasing. And but I can still use it. And so I just put money aside. But I did tell my children, I said, I must have a new laptop, because if not, it'll hinder a lot of my social media things. And I may end up doing a Chromebook, but I don't want to do I want to be able to have all the features I need on a laptop. We'll see. But $20 for that, and I've already sunk that fund as well. I have not sunk Jackson's high school fund because we have not gotten our first deposit of child support. And so because that has not come in, I didn't put any money there yet. Going down to groceries. So monthly groceries is $400. Out of that $400, I went ahead and took $100 out for my savings envelope. I just feel like I need to be putting money in that savings envelope. And right now, groceries is the only place I can get it from. And so with that being the case, and that being said, I need to just take that $300 and split it into $75 a week, because there's only 4 weeks in April. That'll get us the things we need. I am looking at some holes in some of our preps, which I'll need to fill pretty soon. But as far as having the food that we need, we're straight. Every week I'm able to pick up something, and I try to shop very smart. I think what this is putting me in the mind of is when I very first started doing my coupons and stuff, because it was just like everything was expensive, and my funds were limited. If I didn't save money, I would have extra $100. But I feel like savings is important as well as having food. So that just means in the grocery store, I have to be a little bit more strategic. I have to plan it out a little bit more. I have to scour my ads to see which store has the best things this week, and I have to go with that plan. Okay. My monthly prep's $50. Now we ran out of grocery money at the last part of last month. So I took the $50 prep and I used that for grocery money. And then I also took out $40 from my gas because I'm on spring break this week. And so I used that for grocery money as well. Personal care. Taking us down to personal care. Jackson gets 2 haircuts a month. I try to do 2. Sometimes it only ends up being 1, but I try to do 2 for Jackson. And then I get my nails filled in once. So a fill-in, color change, and a tip is about $40. If I can't get the fill-in, that's fine. If I find that I need the money for something different. $30 each for Jackson's haircut. So somebody came into my comments and said, you should make your son pay for his own haircuts. He can cut grass and make money to do his haircuts. So here's the thing that I think is important. And this may not be important to anybody else, but it's important to me. Jackson is 14. He'll be 15 this month. And that's perfect. Beautiful. I'm his parent. He has a dad that sends child support. At this age, at 15, until he turns 18, graduates high school, he is my responsibility. It is my responsibility to make sure he goes out the house looking decent, that he has a good haircut, that he has the things that he needs. So I'm not going to make him pay for his own haircut. I'm the parent, right? When he gets 18 and he gets grown and move out the house and go to college, he will have plenty of time and stuff to pay for, because I don't pay for anything else after they get a job. If he gets a job before he's 18, I don't pay for anything. My rule is you go to school. If you go to school, I'll pay for your things. If you want to get a job, because that's not my preference. I prefer you focus on school. But if you want to get a job, perfection. You are now responsible for school and all your things. Very good. Okay. So I don't mind paying for Jackson's haircut. It does not bother me. I've taken that out in cash. My P.O. box is $17. While I don't get a lot of YouTube subscriber mail, I do get some. Thank y'all that send us mail. I do get a ton of product reviews, and I have that sent to my P.O. box address. And so I just keep that open for that purpose. Now, again, those of you who send us stuff, thank you so much. It is a blessing. Or letters and cards. I get cards from different people on different holidays. Christmas time, I get a lot of Christmas cards with their families. All that means so much to us, and we appreciate. But I do keep that P.O. box for the review things that come in. They hate to see me coming sometimes. They're like, you got 4 boxes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Recreation and entertainment or travel. Because I'm taking those 3 trips, I'm still putting money into my travel fund, even though I know I'm going to get money in April and I'm going to have money again in October for my supplements coming through. I still want to make sure that I'm putting a little bit to the side. I want to be able to take the kids out to eat dinner when we go to California. I want to be able to, if the Lord tells me to pick up a meal for somebody and I'm out traveling, I want to be able to pick up a meal when I go to the pastor's conference. If the Lord says, hey, treat this new network person I met, friend, fellowship, whatever, treat them to lunches on you today. I want to make sure I have money for that. I try to take that out of the ministry fund, but I'm traveling, and if I need to do that, perfect. I have to rent cars, and then I put on my card, and then to pay off my card, at least I have that travel money, then I can pay things that way. Now, again, if it's a ministry expense specifically, that all comes out of the ministry account. I try not to interchange monies, because the ministry is totally separate than what I do here in my personal and my one mom, right? This is my job and my business. The ministry is something else altogether. Moving down, miscellaneous, that's for Jackson's savings. So of course I haven't put any money in there just yet because we haven't gotten child support. He gets $25 a week. And I've kind of been contemplating whether I want to put more in there. But he does also have his Cash Global account. And I think I'll just try to put a few extra dollars in his Cash Global account so that when he goes to the store, he has a little bit of swipe. He has a little bit of swipe ability to be able to swipe his card. We're actually probably going to download the app on his phone so he can see kind of where he is as far as how much money he has and all the things. Okay, moving down. Okay, Gracie and Gweenie, they get $100 for their sinking fund. That typically pays for their heartworm and flea meds, because we have outside. They love to go outside, but they can get fleas. And so I keep them with their heartworms and their flea medication. It also typically pays for one or the other to have food, and then the next time I'll get the other food, because Gwen doesn't eat a ton. She gets like a quarter cup of food, and Mama gets a cup. And so I try to get a big enough bag that it lasts me at least 6 to 8 weeks, and usually that works. So we had to change Gwen's food because she ended up getting an ear infection. She got an ear infection, which cost me $200 and some odd last month for the vet visit, which is why you see extra money here this time. So they put some medication in her ear that was 3 weeks lasting. She had to see the vet. She had to get the culture swabbed, and then all those little things. So she had to go back Friday for a recheck. Well, the recheck is the vet visit again for the doctor. She had to get the culture done again, and there's still some infection. It's much better, but there's still a little bit down in her inner ear. So that was another $50 prescription for the medicine. So I had to move over $58 from one of my other accounts to here so I could cover the vet visit. They don't have food. Well, they do have food, but I don't have money for food. So I'm going to have to cover that as well, some type of a way. So because Gwen will be a year in May, we've actually gone ahead and switched her to adult dog food per the vet because we were looking for the sensitive skin. That was what we think the dog food was not working right with her, causing her to have the ear infection. So we moved her to the sensitive skin food. And I don't think it will hurt mama to go to sensitive skin food. So I'm now going to be able to get one bag of dog food instead of 2 bags of dog food that are different formulas. We'll just get the same thing and they'll both share. Again, Gwen only takes 1/4 of a cup per meal and mama gets a cup per meal. And we usually get a pretty big, significant size bag. I don't get too big a bag because I don't want it to spoil. I like to keep their food pretty fresh. So that's how I overspent in the dog category. And I still actually have to get their heart stuff. I didn't get that yet, but we have to go back for another, and we have another vet visit. But that's only a technician visit. So hopefully it will be way less. We're just going to get that ear swabbed again, check to see if the infection is still in there, and we should be good to go. Moving down for my gas, I have $200 a month, which is $50 a week, but I'm on spring break this week. So I'm not driving my car at all. We're driving sister's car to take her back and forward to work. So I don't have gas to be put in my car this week, which meant I backed it down to $40 a week, and I took $40 off the top to put to groceries for last week. I just don't think 50 is enough. 75 is decent. 90 to 100 is better, but I can't not save. I have to save some money. So that's why I just chose to do the $75. Oil change, I have an oil change, I think in about another 1,000 miles. Also, driving sister's car has helped slow down the oil changes in my vehicle. So because we alternate, usually I drive my car 2 days, her car 2 days. I might do a 3rd day on my car, or we do a 3rd day on her car. So we kind of alternate. On the 2 days I have to go to my farthest school, I drive my car because I don't want to put all those miles on her car. On the 3 days that I'm close, we'll drive her car, that I'm close to her work and close to my schools. We drive her car. So it works out for us. Tires or car repair, $16. Anything that I need to do as far as car maintenance, because when you have an older car, which Toyota has been good to me, you still have to maintain those vehicles. Okay. My license, registration, and car insurance, this number actually needs to change to say 113 because my insurance is going now from $85 a month saved to $106, and then $7 and some change for my license, for my registration, which our county went up 17% on taxes. I'm almost sure I'm going to catch that as well when I go to renew my tag. So 113. Why, friend? Just let me be great right now. Okay, that should say 113, right? So again, increases the bottom line. Tithe 51. My special offering is $276. I want to save $1,000, and then I'm a part of a network, so I have to pay network fees, which that's going to be $75 for that per month, which is fine. That probably is going to come out the ministry. I don't know why I put it there, but it'll be a ministry expense. Should not be on there. Okay. Now, if I look at my bottom line, my total expenses is $4,736. I only have so far $3,322, which puts me at about $1,400 short. If I take my $1,000 savings out, I'm at $3,736, which only puts me about $414 short of what I need to meet that goal. But I always like to challenge myself to save as much as I can. and then make as much as I can as far as in my different socials. I do check analytics quite often to see where we are and if things are moving in the right direction. Are we being positive? I do feel like my YouTube is moving positively as far as subscribers and views, but just the income from the subscriber and views is not where I need it to be quite yet. But I feel like we're going to be moving towards that very soon, as much as I can get videos up. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. And I'm going to bring us back to just frontal view, and we can kind of have a conversation here. So I'm done with that. Very good. All right. So that's where it is. Almost every expense has gone up as a whole. And this is the first month that has happened. It's the first month that I see all the expenses going up, which will be for April. Although my income had gone down and I was still trying to, I was making it work, whichever way I needed to make it work. Taxes. So every month I save up my taxes for paying them at the end of the year. Now we run about a month or two behind as far as income for YouTube. And so I've only put in 2 months. I put in 2 months of taxes, which would have been February and March, because really our February income is income from January. So we run about a month or two behind. So from February until February of the next year is what I'm saving up for next year's 2025 taxes. And here's what I recognize. I save roughly about $3,000, $3,200, somewhere in there, just depending on what I make. It's 15% of whatever I make. It's 15%. I'm sorry, I was going, that's 10%. You made a lot of money. No, I didn't. It's 15%, not 10%. It's 15%. So I save that much typically for North Carolina and for the amount of money that I make, because all of my business expenses go on my personal income. That's how my tax person does it. And she says we're okay to do it that way, no problem. So I take her word. If anything comes back wrong, her little name goes right on there. Who prepared your taxes? Her company goes on there. And then we'll have to deal with it if anything comes back that was done incorrectly. But what typically happens is I end up having to pay both federal and state. I don't have any dependents now except Jackson. Sister does her own taxes. She does her own. I can't claim her anymore because she makes way too much money. So Jackson, I end up usually having to pay, I think this year I paid like $1,200 total. That was everything to include state and federal, plus my tax preparation fee. With that being said, that left about $1,800 in the account. What I was able to do with that money, because I always tell myself, well, I have to pay taxes, I don't get a refund. Well, technically, I do get a refund because I have $1,800 left over in that account. Typically, what I would do is take that money out and put it towards the savings. That's what I generally do. However, what I did this time was I put that money towards the floors because I need to go ahead and take care of the kids' floors. I'm going to save up for mine a few more months because my room is twice the size of their rooms. So I need to just get their rooms done. But that was enough money to cover all the flooring I needed to purchase, plus to pay for the install. And so that's how I have to trick my brain into saying, well, Shakema, you did pay, but you actually saved enough so that you really did get a refund, right? Because my friend Olivia, she's like, Shakema, you should get a refund. I don't understand. Well, I do. I'm saving it up. And then whatever my taxes are, I'm paying out of that account. And what's left is now going to be my refund, if that makes any sense. So I've said all that to say it's April 1st. What we need to do is make sure we have those budgets going. Get those budget sheets open. I know budgets can be so scary sometimes, especially when you don't know what you're doing. You've never done it before. You're like, oh my God, what is happening to my life right now? But once you get on a good program, I promise you, you're going to be able to keep it going. At the very least, know where your money is going. At the very least, this is how much I have going out to this. No, I need to make an adjustment. That's too much. Perhaps we need to shop around for different car insurance, but I have my car insurance and my homeowner's insurance bundled. So I do get a little bit of break because home insurance went up as well. So did health insurance. I hear we're getting a whole new one next year in North Carolina. So who's to say? There's a lot happening here where I live, but at least you know where you can make some adjustments. Hey, I'm only working 3 weeks this month. I don't have to drive 4 weeks, so I can adjust my gas. Or I'm only driving half the time, so I'll just put half the amount of gas in my car because sister's putting her own gas in her car. She no longer pays me gas and hasn't for a good minute to drive my car because she has her car. So I don't make her pay me gas the days I drive her in my car. I just say, okay, I'll pay for my gas and you put gas in your car. And that's how we work that part out. Now, sister was going to get her driver's license. She was going to try for her driver's license today. We got there to the place, and first of all, the man was rude. He was very rude. Should not happen, sir. And it's a good thing I was in a good, gracious mood because I almost looked at him like he was real foolish. I'm like, sir, I am just coming in here to inquire. But anyway, we're going to move past that. We got there about 2:30. They stopped doing road tests at 4. And the gentleman said there were about 20 people ahead of us if we had even gotten in the line. So typically she would not have been able to even take the test today at all. So he's like, well, you got to get here earlier. She works every day from 6 to 2. That's all I can tell you. I don't know how to work that out better for you, sir, other than to say sister has a job. Quiet as is kept, some people do still work a job. So what I told her is we're going to try another place that's farther from where we live Wednesday. If we can get over there, that might help us out. If not, then the next day she has a day off. I'll take the day off and we'll go early in the morning. Be there when it first opens. Hopefully we'll be able to get in. So I asked him even about doing an appointment. He says you can, but our DMV, the closest one to us, did not have any appointments available at all. And then the one that's about 40 minutes from our house had an appointment at the end of June. So it just didn't work out for us today, which that's going to put her driving her vehicle quite more. And that will put a lot less stress on my vehicle because I won't be driving her to work, come back home, go pick her up, come back home. Now, when I'm working, it's better because I drop her off, then I go to work, then I come and pick her up, and then we go home. And so that works better. But we're just all out here trying to do the things, right? That's what all of us are trying to do. Do your very best. Don't get frustrated and don't give yourself an out to, well, it's just what it is. My income is what it is. I ain't making any more money, so I'm not going to do the budget. Don't do that. That takes you backwards. Go in, put the money in, put the sheet, just put it on the sheet. If that's all you can muster. And then try to see, where you can pay stuff, what's coming out when. Just do it in steps, but always know how much you have and what you're working with as far as your bottom line. Anywho, you guys, there it is for us. We do want to thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out, liking the video, sharing the videos, y'all. It is real out here. I do get that, but I'm not going to stop fighting for my right to be where I need to be with my family. We are still better off than we have ever been. And I'm going to keep working hard. I'm going to keep doing all the things. I'm going to keep, until it pays off for us. And that's all we have to do, Miss Sue. She says she does her budget and holds herself accountable. Same thing. I had some Amazon purchases in March, and I cannot be purchasing stuff from Amazon. It's just not a thing I can do. Most of those were essentials I needed in the house, but do I need it or do I just want it? Because it can wait. It really can wait. So I have to make sure that I'm mindful of that. My savings is my biggest thing right now. My savings goals to make sure that I have what I need. The last thing I want to say is this, and I think this is important. I'm just going to share it here. I wish I had taken a screenshot of it, but I had done a reel using my conversation envelopes, just showing my savings challenge. Oh no, I was doing monthly envelopes. And somebody, a young look, the picture looks very young on Instagram, was a young guy, and he was pointing his pew pew in one of his pictures at the camera. I don't even know how that manages to stay up, but whatever. I mean, listen, I'm not the sheriff or anything. He commented on my post, "Better not let me catch you walking." And I had to think about it for 1 minute. What does that mean? When I show stuff, trust me, I've already paid all my bills. All those bills are paid. Where it says that there's money in there, my mortgage is paid, my lights are paid, my water bill, the cable bill, all the bills are paid. Any sinking funds that needed to go out have already cleared to the other bank. What you see here is not an accurate, true picture of what it is. I'm just showing you my process, but I got to do it ahead of time so that when I show you, it's accurate. But I have already funneled the monies out. I don't keep money on hand. That is all gone. At best, it's grocery money, right? But then I shop every week, and so the money is being spent every week for groceries and gas. But I thought, that's just very harmful and detrimental to people. I wanted to say something very ugly, but I thought better of it because I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But I have a car. When am I ever going to be walking, sir? When are you going to ever catch me walking? And this little wannabe gangster, whatever, is going to get you in a place that you may not want to be in. And who's going to put money on your books? But whatever. I mean, hey, do your life, live your life, be your best self. I just felt I felt unfortunate for that child. I wanted to know where his parents were. I wanted to know why that was his mindset and how it happened. And I'm not saying that everybody who has that mindset don't have good parents. There are a lot of good parents out here doing stuff, but it's typically those who are looking for something and they find it in the wrong places. Anywho, I digress to a whole nother thing. But when y'all see the budget, I've already funneled those funds. They're already gone. I'm just waiting for it to clear now. The mortgage is paid. I have the receipt. Thank you for your transmission. You're welcome. Because I pay bills online. I don't handwrite checks. I don't do any of that. I just pay my stuff. My utility bill is not due until the 12th. I pay it on the day I get paid. I'm not waiting until the 12th. You're going to get your money up front. And it was very sad. And I was like, wow, okay, this is where we're at now. And my daughter, even my older daughter, she's like, Mom, you might want to stop showing that stuff on because people will try to do things. And I'm thinking, y'all, you got to be kidding me. And I get it. I understand that there's lawlessness. I understand that people are in tight spots. And I understand that people are doing what they feel they have to do, even when it negatively affects somebody else. But this ain't the way. This is not the way, sir. Sir, this is not the way forward. Get a job, go to work like everybody else. Well, they ain't paying enough. My daughter works in a fast food restaurant. I mean, it's probably not considered fast food. It's a little bit bougie fast food, but whatever. She works every single day. Every single day Alana can get a shift. She's at work and trying to get a second job because she's trying to build up her money. Well, they don't pay enough over time. If you work and you do good work, they will pay enough over time, or they'll recognize what you're doing as far as good work and you'll get a raise. So I share those types of things to help educate, especially, women like me, my age, who never got taught these types of things, who never knew you could be out of debt, who didn't know you didn't have to have credit cards because mom and them and whatever the case is. But it's almost to a point where if my safety is in question, then maybe it's not something I want to do. But I do say this in Jesus' name, and I love the Lord my God with my whole heart and all the things. I live in the South, and I believe in my Second Amendment rights to the most utmost belief. So don't play with it. Do not play with it, because you will be on the wrong side of something. That's all I'm saying. We defend here in these four walls. Don't come playing no games. It's not what you want. So anywho, I love all y'all. I appreciate all that you do. My true people, my OGs, my folks that been here that help me and support me. Thank you for doing that, for liking, for sharing, for showing up. I don't care what it is. Y'all, I could be out here dressing in my Halloween costume. Y'all gonna show up, and I appreciate it. We don't celebrate Halloween, but I just, whatever I'm doing, y'all like, oh, Shakema's live. Let's go figure out what she's doing. And we appreciate that. It does help us. Indeed. So anywho, that's it. Get those budgets done. What am I supposed to be doing right now? Probably got to study for tonight. I might want to eat something. Might be helpful. We've been in the garden, y'all. Lots of garden videos coming. Lots of garden videos. We're here for I need to go in the garden right now. Okay. Gotta go. Love y'all. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next time.